Look in our green room where we've got some rather special guests. There they are. It's John Challis and Sue Holderness, aka Boycie and Marlene from Only Fools and Horses. Hi guys, how you doing?
Morning.
Morning, lovely to have you here. Now, we've had lots of questions coming in for our viewers, but I'm just going to... We'll chat more later, but just a couple of questions. If you're okay with that?
Yeah, that's good.
OK. So first, we've got one from Justine Gibbs, and she says, I met Boycie and Marlene at a school fete in Harlow around 9 years ago, and they were both absolutely lovely and wished me luck in my college exams with their autographs. Well-behaved actors, that's what we like to hear. Where would they like to think that their characters are now from Only Fools? What would they be doing?
Well, Marlene misses Delboy and shopping, so I think they'd pop back to Peckham quite often. But they're basically happy living in the country, I know, don't you think, John?
Yes, I think Boycie has become a very successful farmer. He is a successful man. He's successful at everything he does.
Got a nice house, 300 cows.
Apart from dealing with Marlene, of course. not very successful about that, but never mind.
Marvellous. There you go, Justine. You couldn't have got a better answer, could you? And our second question is from Cheryl Wiley-Fox. She says, did you like going on to make Green Grass? She thought it was absolutely hilarious and great as a follow-on series. You must have loved it, eh?
She's an intelligent girl, isn't she?
Wiley-Fox, she must have made that up. No, of course, we had a wonderful time doing Green Grass, and very lucky to get that spin-off, and even luckier because a lot of it was filmed around where I live, so a lot of the local community were involved, and very nice too it was.
Well, we'll talk about that more later, but very, very quickly, because we've got to go to the news. For me and my nanny Thelma, could you please say Marlene?
Marlene.
Oh, music.
Is that all you need?
Thank you, that was gorgeous.
No laugh.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to be chatting more to John and Sue in a few...
Your what?
I've just had it confirmed at the hospital.
So what do you think about that, then, eh?
What's up with him, then?
Sympathy pains. A lot of men go through phantom pregnancies.
Well, I thought that only happened to the father.
And Sue and John are here with me now. And I have to tell you at home, it was so lovely. I was watching you guys watch that, and you were smiling and laughing, and you're in it.
I haven't seen that for ages.
I haven't seen that for a very long time, actually. We've seen a lot of clips, but not that one.
No, that's very... that was a sweet episode, actually, because you know, Marlene's whole raison d'etre was she yearned for a baby.
Yeah.
She was one of those girls who wanted babies from the age of about 12.
Yeah.
So when it actually happened to her, when she was an old mum, it was very moving. He could write like that, Sullivan. He could make you laugh and cry. It was such clever writing.
Well, of course, that was the genius of it. And, of course, all good comedy has to have great actors, and you were all brilliant actors as well. And it's interesting. Darling, this is so marvellous. But, you know, what I was going to say is, you know, after 30 years, we all sit there and we smile. It's quite extraordinary, and laugh out loud. Did you ever imagine you would still be here talking about it?
I don't think so. I did an episode of the very first series, and I thought it was a funny show, no question. It made me laugh a lot, and a lot of friends had seen it and they thought it was funny, but I had absolutely no idea. It was a complete surprise when there was a second series and I was asked back to do another one. And then
the first series didn't do very well, actually, with the viewers. No, and the second series, when it really took off, when it was repeated.
See, we don't have those times anymore where a series is given another chance.
It wasn't actually... there were only 3 channels in those days, 1981. And it actually didn't do that well. It only got about sort of 7 odd million, which wasn't considered very good in those days.
But you're right. In those days, the BBC would give a series at least two goes before they axed it. It doesn't happen now.
No, it doesn't. No. Now, I'm sure lots of people are sitting at home and saying, wow, they're so posh. You've got these beautiful accents. Of course, nothing like your characters. Look at his face.
Posh? I come from Croydon.
Well, do you love so high? Well, you've got posh somewhere along the line. But what I'm interested in is the voice and the character. Did you, when you went to audition, had you seen much of the script? Had you already started to feel the character, or did it come through the series?
No. I actually did an episode of John Sullivan's very first series, Scissors and Smith, and I was asked to play a sort of bent policeman type, and I just pinched a few characteristics from someone I knew in a pub who had this very pedantic way of talking, like this, you know, and I thought, well, I'll use that. So I played a lot of coppers up to then, and I thought, well, I'd do something different. And John Sullivan came up afterwards and said, I really like that. character. He said, I'll try and use it again one day.
Oh, wow.
And again, I thought no more of it. And it wasn't until a year later, then Only Fools and Horses started. And he said this time it was a second-hand car salesman. But obviously the feeling was that he liked that sort of character.
Yeah.
And so...
and so the Marlene, because, of course, you weren't in the first series, were you, Sue? And actually, you never auditioned together, is that right?
I wasn't in the first 3. Now, they talked about Marlene. People would say, do you remember Marlene? And the reply was always, all the boys remember Marlene. So she had this reputation. So when I was asked to play it, which was just for 1 episode, all I knew about her was that she'd been around the block and was a bit of a girl, which was... I'd been playing rather posh, sort of middle-class birds up to then, so it was lovely suddenly to get this gorgeous tart with a heart.
And did your character, the way that Sue brought the character out, was that what inspired Marlene?
Well, yes, I obviously had to say Marlene, and this person who I'd nicked all these characteristics from, he talked like that, and he drew words out rather like that to make his point, you know. So Marlene's a very good name to do that with, Marlene.
Marlene.
You know, you just
and it's amazing how many people do it now.
As I go all around the world. But we've got lots of favourite clips. We're going to play my favourite clip in a second. One of my favourite clips. And it was because you of course, you were very famous for his voice, but David Jason had a great way of messing up languages from all around the world.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to have a little look.
Don't worry, you just relax. Everything's gonna be cushy. How are you getting on? It's all right, darling, all right.
Danke.
It's all right, it's all right. Voorsprang Dirk technique.
What a great one to end. Listen, thank you so much for not only being here today, but giving us so much joy over the years. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for inviting us.
Thank you.